Blessed be YouTube Coven. Welcome back to the mat and welcome to a brand new full moon practice here on my channel. If you are new here today, welcome. My name is Bethany. I am the Yogi Witch. This is lovely little Luna. And to celebrate this full moon, we're going to work through a really slow and stretchy practice, not coming through any dynamic movement as such, but we're really going to tap in to the sense of self-nurture. Today we are celebrating the full moon in November, often referred to as the Beaver full moon, and this is a time of kind of nesting, of nurture, of kind of building ourselves a comfortable space so we can start to hibernate and we can start to move into the darker months with safety, with comfort, and with peace. So for today's practice, as I said, we're going to work through a slow and stretchy flow. It's going to be absolutely restorative and delicious and gorgeous. So for today's practice, I do invite you to find one block. If you don't have one nearby, that is all good. You can work it out. But we're going to come into Sukhasana, comfortable seat position on our block. You can move if you want to, loops. So starting to root down, we roll shoulders from the ears, relax the hands to the lap. Start to move into the space of our practice with a deep breath in and a slow breath out. And even though we're finding the anchoring with our sit bones to the earth, we're going to invite in a sense of softness. So softening the space between the eyebrows, softening the jaw, the shoulders, the arms. This sense of softness, even moving towards the mind, turning down the volume on any intrusive thoughts, quieting the sense of busyness that might have followed you here. Beginning to transform any feelings, any unwanted feelings with that sense of gratitude, recognizing the strength that it takes to come to the practice. Feeling the softness in our breath as we inhale through the nose. And we exhale slowly, all the way out. And as you feel that breath soften, flowing now to the base of the belly, we're going to tune in to how this full moon has us feeling today. The emotions that this full moon has stirred. Before we start to channel the energy of this moon towards an intention for the practice, maybe harnessing this energy to set an intention of something you'd like to welcome in, perhaps something you'd like to release or feel, or anything at all. But we set it here in the mind, and then seal it with your breath. Before. All together, we take a deep breath in through the nose. And we take a slow breath out, relaxing the arms by our sides, the fingertips brush the mat. Starting to awaken the body and awaken the breath. We're going to take a few rounds of seated sun salutations here. So really connecting to the energy of cleansing, of welcoming, of releasing, especially the energy that we want during these darker months. So on your next inhale, you're going to circle the arms to the sky, palms all the way to the sky as you drop the gaze back. Gaze between the hands, inhale. And then on your exhale, flip the palms down as you circle the arms down to the mat. Sigh out and tuck chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Final time, we inhale. And we exhale. Beautiful. Roll the head all the way up. Bring the hands back to the knees. So from here, we're going to take some neck circles. She's desperately trying to stay on this lap. On your inhale, we're going to start to circle the head all the way back. On your exhale, tuck chin to chest as you circle it forwards. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take it in the other direction. Take it once more. Before we bring the head back in to the center, if the eyes are closed, you're going to blink them open. Now, if you're sat in a block, you're going to lean forward and pop that block aside. If you have any sort of animal in your lap, I invite you to move them away. Now, from here, we're going to come into a Sukhasana fold, so hands to the mat. We're going to take a deep breath in and then breath out. So your leg loops. We're going to start to forward fold here. So you're walking the hands all the way out. Maybe you find you a little bit lifted. That's all good. Just tuck chin to chest and find length through the spine. But maybe if you have that block nearby, you can pop it up onto any setting that feels most comfortable. As you relax the forehead onto the block, walk the hands away from you. Breathing into the back body, feel yourself melt down with every exhale. Remembering that for this full moon, we're inviting in a sense of peace. A sense of nurturing. On your next inhale, we lift the gaze. Exhale, let's walk our hands all the way over to the left-hand side of our mat. Starting to melt the chest down here. Relax the crown of the head. Coming into our Sukhasana side stretch. Take an inhale here. Exhale, let's walk our hands through center, all the way over to the right hand side of our mat. Melt the chest down towards the knee. Anatomically, it doesn't have to touch it, that's just the direction we're sending it. Beautiful. Exhale, walk the hands back into the center and then walk the hands towards us. Inhaling to reach the arms lovely and high to the sky, find length. Exhale, we're going to bring the left hand beside us, come into a little side body stretch. So we don't want to lift the right sit bone off the earth. We want to keep it rooted here as we find our side stretch. So inhale, find length. Exhale, start to lean. Maybe you keep the left arm extended. Maybe you start to bend into the left elbow. Maybe it feels comfortable to bring the left forearm down to the mat. Choose where your body feels best today. But feel like we're starting to create some space between the ribs of the right hand side so we can breathe just a little bit deeper. Inhale, loves. Let's roll the body up, reach both arms to the sky. And then exhale, right hand beside us. Start to bend into the elbow, exploring where your side stretch is. Maybe popping onto the right forearm, but we want to avoid the left sit bone lifting up. Keep it rooted here. Take a deep breath in. Breath out, press off the right hand, roll the body up. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. On your exhale, bring the arms forward, lean forwards and find your way into tabletop in all fours position, stacking shoulders on top of the wrist, hip bones on top of the knees. Now straight away from here, we're bringing the big toes to touch, maybe taking those knees a little bit wider than hips width apart as you start to send hips towards the heels. Find a little rock from side to side. And then melt into your child's pose. So these darker months, these darker full moons, are all about finding that sense of peace. We're not rushing our movements. We're connecting to our breath, connecting to our bodies and to our souls. So while you stay here in child's pose for a little while longer, maybe remind yourself of your intention. Draw it to you. Like we're drawn to a fireside on a wintry night. Inhale. On your exhale, press your hands to the mat. Roll the body back into tabletop. Stacking shoulders on top of the wrist, hip bones on top of the knees, and find a few cat-cows. So we're inhaling to drop the chest, lift the crown of the head, the sit bones to the heavens. And then exhale to round, tuck tailbone under, chin to chest, press the sky away. Inhale, drop the chest. Exhale, curve. Take it once more. Beautiful. Now from here, we're going to relax the spine and we're going to work through about 5 rounds of a modified sun salutation. So bringing in a tiny bit of heat to the body and really starting to create some space into the back body, opening up the heart chakra. So throughout this movement, you can skip out anything that doesn't feel comfortable to you. Really listen to how your body's responding, what you're needing today, okay? So from our tabletop, we're going to take a deep breath in. Breath out, we're going to tuck the toes under and come into a plank position. Tailbone is tucked under. We inhale here. Exhale, press off the toes to lower the hips down and roll shoulder blades away from the ears. Come into a floating up dog. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, come back to plank. Lower the knees and then hips to heels, child's pose. Taking it 4 more times, really finding the mindfulness in your movement. Inhale, we roll to tabletop. Exhale to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, upward dog, shine the heart forwards. And then lift back up to plank. Lower the knees, hips to heels, child's pose. Remembering that you can skip out the plank position. You can just take it into a tabletop and then lower the hips down to an upward facing dog. Choose what feels comfortable. Round 3, roll the body tabletop. Maybe coming to a high plank. Lower the hips down, floating up dog. Lift back to plank. Lower the knees, hips to heels, child's pose. We're going to take it 2 more times, but this time I invite you to close the eyes and work through the movement at your own pace. Skipping out anything, adding in anything. But 2 more rounds, close the eyes, take it at your own pace. When you've made your movement, let's meet back in child's pose, sweeping the arms by our side. Taking a few wrist rolls in one direction. Take a few wrist rolls in the other. Before we send the hands forward, press palms to the mat. Inhale, roll the body to tabletop, and then swing the legs to one side. Come on to the sit bones. And we're slowly going to start to make our way back into the mat, bringing that block with us. Nice and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, slight engagement of the core here. Before rolling all the way down. Stretch the arms up and over, stretch out the legs. And then let's come to meet in our supported bridge pose. So if you don't have a block nearby, you can find a blanket or a pillow. We're going to bring that block to its lowest setting. Bend into the knees as you press the feet to the mat. Roll the hips up and slide the block underneath. Relaxing the arms by your side, keep the feet rooted. Close the eyes. Feeling that release in the front body, especially if you felt that fire in the belly from those mini sun salutations. Now you can stay here, or you can start to lift the feet up. Again, maybe staying here, hands to the knees, or coming into your variation of a happy baby. Hands perhaps underneath the knees, flex into the feet, or perhaps take hold the outside of the feet, flexing the feet to the sky here. About 10 breaths. Take a deep breath in, breath out. Feet to touch, knees to touch, arms by our side as we very, very gently relax one foot down. Relax the other. And maybe if it feels comfortable to you, you can start to extend the legs here. An extended bridge pose with a mini back bend. Inhale here. Exhale. And we begin to bend to one knee. Bend into the other. Press the feet to the mat as you tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips, and move the block aside. As you roll the hips down, find some whisper movement from side to side. Maybe even bringing in some rolls of the head from side to side. Before we allow the body to roll over to one side of our mat and make our way back into Sukhasana, seated position. Sitting on a block or sit bones to the earth is yogi's preference. But we roll shoulders from the ears, bring one hand to the heart, bring the other to the belly. Finding some grounding here. Feeling rebalanced, restored, reset. And then closing our practice today with a beautiful deep breath in through the nose. And a slow breath all the way out, bowing head to heart with love, with gratitude, with blessings to ourselves for the strength to come to the mat, to those who joined us for this online coven, and thanking Mother Moon for the energy that she's lent us today, for all the magic, all the emotions, all the connection to ourselves. Thanking you so very much, witches, for joining me here today to honour and celebrate the full moon. I hope today's practice allowed you to find some peace, find some mindful movement, and also reconnect with your magic during this kind of lunar phase. During the darker months, the full moon feels so much brighter. Her power seems so much stronger, and I really hope this serves as a time that you can reflect and you can manifest and you can explore your spiritual journey. I would love to know how you got on today. Comment below, drop me a message. But thanking you so very much for allowing me to guide you through today's full moon practice. I hope to see you again here soon, and I wish you a beautiful and blessed full moon. Blessed be.